at the Rath Yatra time. And the car is continuing, and Lord Jagannath and Lord Balaram sometimes stop the car and happily observe Lord Chaitanya's happily observe. So Jagannath and Baladev observed happily Lord Chaitanya's dancing. The Lord did. Anyone who was able to see them stop and watch the dancing bore witness to their pastimes. Oh, your duty is not to knock over the water. It's my duty. Don't steal my duty. Jai Shri Gurudev, Jai Shri Guru Maharaj. So continuing. So when Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing and wandering in this way, he fell down in front of Maharaja Prataparudra. So this is where we got to yesterday. And we're in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 13. So continuing at text 181. So for those of you at home just joined us, we've done our jais, we've been singing happily, we've been singing Mahaprabhu's names and trying to remember his names, and we've been hearing Srila Guru Maharaj giving us much hope, much sustenance in his, of course, ever-living description of Krishna's telling us in Bhagavad Gita, Sarvaraman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanang Vraja, this verse. And we've been hearing Srila Guru Maharaj from 1983, and now we're continuing reading of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Text 181, Madhya Leela, chapter 13. Sambrahme Prataparudra Prabhu ke dharila. Okay, yes, we read this yesterday. Taha ke dekite Prabhura bhaye jnana hoila. So Maharaj Prataparudra says, picked the Lord up with great respect, but he held him because he said he was about to fall. Mahaprabhu was about to fall down in ecstasy by chance, as it were, in front of Prataparudra. And then the king, as he's about to fall, held him, dharila, Prabhu ke dharila, caught him. But upon seeing the king, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to his external senses. Taha ke dekite, to him seeing Prabhura bhaya jnana, the Lord's external energy, external consciousness, jnana, external knowledge, hoila. So the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to his external senses, seeing the king. Rajadeki Mahaprabhu Korina Dikara Chi Vishayira Spasha Hoila Amara Chi, my goodness. After seeing the king, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu condemned himself, saying, "Oh, how pitiful it is that I have touched a person who is interested in mundane affairs." And chi is translated as how pitiable. Oh, chi. So next time you're in a pitiable condition, you can think, oh, chi. So Mahaprabhu, remember, is the absolute acharya, teacher. So showing the standard. How pitiful it is that I have touched a person who is interested in mundane affairs, i.e. the king. Then Krishna Das Kaviraj writing, not even Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Kashishvara or Govinda took care of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he fell down. Nityananda was in great ecstasy, and Kashishvara and Govinda were elsewhere. Govinda was his personal servant, and Kashishvara was very strong, and he used to help Mahaprabhu, serve Mahaprabhu by spreading the people, getting a passage when Mahaprabhu was going to have darshan, or in this case, when Mahaprabhu was in front of Jagannath. But he was elsewhere. He and Govinda were elsewhere at this time. And Nityananda was in great ecstasy, so he couldn't help. He couldn't help out either. So, aveshet, that verse, aveshete nityananda na hoila savadhane. And Kashishvara Govinda Achila Anya Stane, another place, Anya Stane. Then Yadyapi, although Rajara Deki Harira Sevana Prasanna Hoyache Tare Milibare Mana. Mahaprabhu had already been satisfied by the king's behavior because the king had accepted the service of a sweeper for Lord Jagannath. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually desired to see the king. And today in the Rath Yatra, which happened just very, very recently, you see, it's all live on TV, but today the king symbolically sweeps the street. But the king, Prataparudra, actually swept the street, like sweeping the street, not just with a few sticks of a broom, that kind of broom that he's just symbolically walking down. And now, many of the things which were actually done in heartfelt sweeping the street in front of Lord Jagannath, like that, now symbolically done. So anyway, and that's the origin of why, the commentators are always saying things on the Jagannath Rath Yatra. And so, they come up with all sorts of things. But King Prataparudra, he started this, not etiquette, what is ritual. That's this part of the rituals for Mahaprabhu. Okay, anyway, tatapi, still, apanagane korite savadhana, bhaye kichu Rosha Bhasa Koila Bhagavan, oh dear. However, just to warn his personal associates, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, externally expressed feelings of Rosha. What's Rosha? Anger, externally. Bhaye Kichu Rosha Bhasha, Koila Bhagavan, did the Lord, Supreme Lord. Okay, it's a short purport by Srila Prabhupada. When Maharaj Prataparudra asked to see the Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately refused, saying, then quote from the Bengali, from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila 11, 2 chapters before, Nishkinchanasya Bhagavat Bhajanon Mukhasya Parang Jiggamishu Bhava Sagarasya Sandarshanang Shayinang ata joshitang cha ha hanta visha bhakshanato pyasado. Anyhow, that's a Sanskrit verse, so it's quoted from somewhere. Oh, Chandra Roy Nataka. Okay. Then Srila Prabhupada is saying, and remember he's basing these on Srila Prabhupada's Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's commentaries. And he's saying the word Nishkinchanasya, the very first word in that quoted verse, refers to a person who has finished his material activities. Such a person can begin to execute his activities in Krishna consciousness to cross over the ocean of nescience. Which mode of nature is nescience? Nescience means ignorance. So which mode of nature is that? The mode of ignorance is called tomato. Almost. Tamma. Gun. Okay. The poor tomato. Okay. So, such a person who has finished his material activities, he can begin to execute activities in Krishna consciousness to cross over the ocean of nescience. It is very dangerous for such a person to have intimate relationship with mundane people. This in case was the king. With mundane people, or to become intimately related with women. And for the women is with men, because this is the mundane nature. The formality is to be observed by anyone who is serious about going back home, back to Godhead. To teach his personal associates these principles, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expressed external anger when touched by the king. Since the Lord was very satisfied with the humble behavior of the king, he intentionally allowed the king to touch him. But externally he expressed anger just to warn his personal associates. There, that's the purport, and back to the text. Text 186. Prabhura vanchane rajaramane hoila bhaya savaboma kohe tumi na kaya sangshaya. Tomara, so still Sarvabhauma speaking, Tomara upare prabhura suprasanna mana tomma lakshya kori shikayena nijagana. And still Sarvabhauma saying, Avasara jani ami koriba nivedana se kale jai koriha prabhura milana. So, what happened here is Prabhura Vachana Raja Ramane Hoila Bhaya. So King Prataparudra became frightened when Lord Chaitanya showed external anger. But Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said to the king, don't worry. Tumi na koya sangshaya. Do not be worried. Na koya sangshaya. And then continuing, he said, Sarvabhauma said, the Lord is very satisfied with you. By pointing you out, he was teaching his personal associates how to behave with mundane people. Still, Sarvabhauma was saying to him, I shall submit your petition when there is an opportune moment. It will then be easy for you to come and meet the Lord Mahaprabhu. So that's what Sarvabhauma had said to the king. And then, so now that Leela, that part of the Leela happened, then Tobe, at that time or then, Mahaprabhu Rata Pradakshina Koriya. Pradakshina. Circumambulation, Pradakshina, acha. Koriya verb did. So then Mahaprabhu Rata Pradakshina, the cart, Pradakshina, Koriya, did. Rata pache jai, tele rate mata diya. After circumambulating Jagannath, Mahaprabhu went behind the car and began pushing it with his head. And car means not like a little car, means that huge Jagannath chariot. Telite chalila rata hara hara kori chaturdike loka saba bole hari hari. Who's going to tell me the second line? Chaturdike loka saba bole hari hari. 4 directions, Chatur, Dike, Loka, Soba, the people, all, Bole, Hari, Hari. So, Chatur, Dike, Loka, Soba, Bole, Hari, Hari. As soon as he pushed, the car immediately started. As soon as he pushed, comma, the car immediately started to move, making a rattling noise. And today it also, the Jagannath cart definitely makes a rattling noise. The people all around began to chant the holy name of the Lord. Hari. Only once? Hari, Hari. Hari. Okay. Tobe Prabhu Nija Bhakta Gana Loya Sange Baladeva Subhadragre Nritya Kore Range. So as the car began to move, the chariot, the big chariot began to move, Mahaprabhu took his personal associates in front of the cars of Baladeva, Subhag, Ragye, Nritya, Kore, Range, and then did what? In front of Balaram and Subhadra, and then greatly inspired, it says here, he began to dance in front of them. Hare Krishna, but Baladeva Subhadra Agre, in front of Nritya dancing, Kore did Range, in great amusement, yes, like happily Range. Tabbe, okay. Taha Nritya Kore Jagannatha Age Oila Jagannatha Deki Nritya Kore Le Lagila. And yesterday you asked about what is the word Lagila. Lagila is begin. Mahaprabhu is beginning to fall down in front of Prataparudra, and Prataparudra held him. Same word, Lagila. So he began Nritya Korete Lagile. Dancing did begin. So after finishing the dance before Lord Baladeva and Subhadra, Mahaprabhu came before Lord Jagannath's chariot. Upon seeing Lord Jagannath, he began to dance again. Taha Nritya Kori Jagannath Age Oila. Jagannath Deki Nritya Korite Lagila. Chalia Ayala Rata Ballagandi Stane Jagannath Rata Raki Deki Dahine Bame. Looking left and right. Some of the first words you learn when you're in Calcutta and need to take a taxi. Dahine Bame. Left and right. Right and left. So when they reached the place called Baligandi Stane, so Chalia, Ayla, Rata, Balagandi Stane. When they reached the place, when the cart reached the place, Balagandi, Lord Jagannath stopped his car and began to look left and right. Jagannath is looking left and right. He's got big eyes, he can do that. Then Bami on the left. Vipra Shasana, Narikela Bani. So on the left, Mahaprabhu saw the neighborhood of Brahmanas known as Vipra Shasana and the coconut tree grove, Narikela Vana. Vana is forest, Narikela, coconuts, coconut forest. And Vipra Shasana is the place of it was the name of the place where Brahmanas, Vipras, lived. So Vipra Shasana, Vame, Vipra Shasana, Narikela Vana, coconut forest. And Dahine, Ta Pushpo Dhyana Jaina Brindavana. What's Pushpa? Flowers, yes. So Pushpo Dhyana, what's Pushpo Dhyana? Devanandu. Pushpa Dhyana. Flower gardens. I'm asking you because you have the flower garden. So on the right, Jagannath is seeing Pushpa Dhyana Jaina Brindavan, like Brindavan, flower gardens like Brindavan. On the right, he saw nice flower gardens resembling those in the holy place Brindavan. There you are, that's the official translation. And here is, here, purport. Oh, it's a one-line purport. Vipra Shasana, which was when on the left he saw Vipra Shasana and the coconut forest. The Vipra Shasana is a name generally used in the Orissa province for the quarters where Brahmanas live. Okay? Age, and in front, age. So when you're driving in the car, in the taxi, at least straight, left and right, and aste, slow down a bit. So age nritya kore gora loya bhaktagana rata araki jagannatha korina darshan. Mahaprabhu and his devotees were dancing in front of the car, age. And having stopped the car, Lord Jagannath watched the dancing. Lord Jagannath watched. Jagannatha korina darshan. Jagannath did darshan. He watched. Se stale bhoga lage, achaye niyama, koti bhoga Jagannatha kore asvadana. Koti bhoga. It was customary that food be offered to the Lord at Vipra Shasana. Indeed, innumerable dishes of food were offered, and Lord Jagannath tasted each one of them. Asvadana comes many, many times, tasting. So, koti bhoga Jagannatha kore asvadana. And some of our devotees had the habit, which Gurudev didn't actually approve of, koti dandabat. He didn't approve. What is this koti? And then one person was doing, and then others started copying to do. So, not actually proper, because we want to do everything factually. But here, koti, translated is unlimited, but I mean, koti, oh, so many. Next verse, all kinds of devotees of Lord Jagannath, from neophytes to the most advanced, offered their best cooked food to the Lord. Acha? Oh, look, so that verse, Jagannathera choto boro jata bhaktagana nija uttama bhoga kore samarpana. Samarpana, offered. Very beautiful. The little to the big of the devotee section. Each one, nija, uttama bhoga, extremely good offerings. Kore samarpana, did offer. First class, uttama bhoga. Next verse, Raja Mahishi Brinda, Patra, Mitra Gana, Nila Chala, Basi Jata, Choto Boro Jana. Again, the small to the greatest. This included the king, his queens, his ministers and friends, and all other big and small residents of Jagannath Puri. Jai. It actually says Choto Boro, small and big Jana persons. But there we are. Nana Deshira, from various places, Deshi Jata, Yatrika Jana, Nija Bhoga Taha, Kore Samapana, yes. And all the visitors who come from different countries to Jagannath Puri, as well as the local devotees, offered their personally cooked food to the Lord. Everyone can offer food to Lord Jagannath on the Rath Yatra. Everyone can have darshan of Lord Jagannath on Rath Yatra. Doesn't matter who you are, where you are, from the Choto to the Boro, from the newest to the oldest. Next, the devotees offered their foods everywhere, in front and behind the car. There wasn't much space with koti bhoga, and in front and behind the car, on the two sides, and within the flower garden. Wherever possible, they made their offerings to the Lord, for there were no hard and fast rules. And there was one lady, she passed away a couple of years ago, who really wanted to cook for Guru Maharaj, but Guru Maharaj was not keen to accept the cooking from the mlechas, from the people who've come from the meat-eating background. I mean, Guru Maharaj had this like Paka standard. Mahaprabhu didn't also. And Jagannath normally doesn't. But Jagannath is very merciful. And Guru Maharaj, anyhow, he is not going to accept this lady's food. And then, but that lady crying, she literally crying. I'm there when she's trying day by day. She wants to offer to Guru Maharaj. And her name was Kalangana. And I mean, very heartful lady. And she was actually from Malaysia, I think, born in Malaysia. Oh, yes, initiated lady. Well, she's from the West. I mean, we're all from the West. I mean, put us in our place. We're all from such backgrounds. And but she was like, I exactly remember her face, everything. She's like, I don't know if she's pure Chinese or Chinese Malay mix or something like this. But anyway, I remember her very much. And actually looking a bit like the around northeast India where Narottam Das, Manipur, little Manipuri, this kind of style, face. But she very much wanted to cook. You know, the ladies and men want to cook for Mahaprabhu. Advaita Acharya, cooking for Mahaprabhu. It's not the domain only for the ladies, but the women. Here also we have a lady very eager that we go and take prasad in their home kind of thing. So anyway, Kalangana, she really wanted to serve prasad, cook for Gurudev, for Guru Maharaj. And then anyway, Gurudev, being the generous-hearted person, he pacified her, said, don't you worry. It will happen. I will make arrangement. And by the way, just as before, then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said to the king, also, don't worry, at a suitable time, I'll make arrangement that you can have darshan. And so in a similar way, Gurudev told her, at a suitable time, don't worry, I will arrange that Guru Maharaj will accept your cooking. And indeed that happened. And Gurudev, for many things, and we learn from him too, that there's a right time and a wrong time to come and ask things or do things. And we learned from Gurudev about Guru Maharaj, but also in dealing with, in associating with Gurudev, there were right times to say things, to ask things, or bring up any sensitive matter. And there were wrong times. And yeah, you had to really go to Mahananda to try to figure out. And it was definitely safer to go because we got that understanding of when's right and when's wrong. And then through Gurudev, then Kalangana Devidasi, she got to offer through Gurudev. But she was there, but from Gurudev's hand at a suitable time, then he took her cooking. And then she's the one who also, so then that was the first time, then and Gurudev explaining everything, and Guru Maharaj accepted, and through Gurudev accepting. And then she got to cook different times. That was the first time, and that was like a festival day. And like so joyful, and she was relieved. But then she got to make other preparations presently. And that's when Guru Maharaj, like very famously, because he couldn't see, he would take it with his hand and only generally can see the plate, really. And he's taking, and then he's saying, it's not cooked properly. No, Guru Maharaj, it's salad. Salad, not cooked properly. No, Guru Maharaj, salad. And then explaining to Guru Maharaj, salad, they don't cook salad. Like that. So, it's also the pastimes of Kalangana with him. And then presently, other devotees got to cook, and even Christmas cake. Got to cook a Christmas cake, and Guru Maharaj tasted the Christmas cake. It's really quite funny, and explaining to Guru Maharaj like the etiquette of these things. There are other stories too. Anyway, but Jagannath on the chariot going to Gundicha, he stops in his Viprashasana place, and then everybody can offer to the Lord, which is like also great joy because they can't normally. So Jagannath, very merciful, and we know Jagannath is merciful, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, merciful. Gurudev, merciful. Guru Maharaj, merciful. Really, in the proper way done. Okay. So what happened? Okay, the devotees, small and big, anybody from all over, Nana Desh, from various countries, various places came, and whoever they were, doesn't matter, they offered, and they, wherever possible, they made their offerings. Some were behind the car, some beside the car, some in the garden. It gives some idea how many offerings being offered to Jagannath. And then, just a little bit more, while the food was being offered, a large crowd of people gathered. At that time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stopped his dancing and went to a nearby garden. So Mahaprabhu was dancing while all this food offering was going on. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the garden, immersed in a great ecstatic emotion. He fell flat on a raised platform there. The Lord was fatigued from the hard labor of dancing, and there was perspiration all over his body. He therefore enjoyed the fragrant, cool breeze of the garden. Here we shall stop today. Let Mahaprabhu get some good recuperation in the garden nearby to Vipra. Vipra? Shash. What is it? The name of the place? No, it said Vipra. Yeah. Viprashasana, yes. Shasana. Okay, dear devotees, this is the Lord's dancing in front. He was dancing throughout all of that. Mahaprabhu. Everyone's making their offerings, and Mahaprabhu's dancing around madly. Hare Krishna. My goodness. My goodness. So, step by step, verse by verse, going through Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita happily. And when we get to the end, we'll go back to the beginning. Happily. Jai Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. And we've got ourselves a few moments for Sri Guru and his grace. So Srila Guru Maharaj in Sri Guru and his grace. And this morning we heard from Srila Guru Maharaj in Navadip, giving original text, if you like. And speaking from those talks came the books. Hare Krishna. And Guru Maharaj this morning speaking about Krishna's message of Bhagavad Gita, serving nectar on a golden plate with the verse, just surrender to me, that's all. Verse 66, right? Chapter 18, Sabadhaman Parityaja. All right, now Srila Guru Maharaj telling more, helping us to understand Krishna consciousness. Oh, it's in the chapter, yes, continuing, God consciousness versus society consciousness. And Guru Maharaj had been making, at that time, very strong sides in the material world of capitalist and communist. And then Guru Maharaj using some examples about capitalist and communist. If you're living in a capitalist country, but you're communist by heart, normally you live peacefully with the country, but if there comes to surface some big conflict, then if you're a pure communist, you'll leave from there and go to the communist country. If you're for your ideal, you'll take your stand in that, in the plane of your ideal. All right, so after making that, Srila Guru Maharaj, where we ended yesterday, said, the highest ideal in a man is his highest jewel. Our most precious gem is our ideal. So if we only remembered one thing, that would have been something wonderful to remember. So Sri Guru and His Grace, Ki Jai, and God, and Srila Guru Maharaj Ki Jai, and Srila Gurudev Ki Jai, of course. Many things are recommended in the scriptures, but they are meant to promote us toward the truth in an indirect way. Swadharme nidhanang shreyaha. It is recommended at a certain stage that for the sake of our close friends, we should give up our ideal. It is recommended at a certain stage that for the sake of our close friends, we should give up our ideal. But in Bhagavad Gita, as we are hearing this morning, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna's final instruction is Sarvadaman Parityajya Mam Ekang Sharanang Vraja. That it is necessary, so this is Guru Maharaj's living translation, it is necessary to maintain the highest ideal. You must give up your friends. Surrender to me. I am the real purport of the scriptures. This is Guru Maharaj explaining that verse. Then Guru Maharaj's own continuing speaking. The highest kind of idealists give up their country, their family, their friends, and everything else, but they cannot give up the ideal. You know what is ideal, right? Okay. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, it is better to die. Oh, so this is some Guru Maharaj little break then. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, it is better to die while performing one's own duty than to try to do another's duty. This is earlier in Gita. Then Guru Maharaj says, that is one stage of understanding, the relative consideration. The absolute consideration is also given in the Bhagavad Gita. Sarvadaman Parityaja Mam Ekang Sharanang Vraja. Krishna says, give up everything, come to me directly. This is the revolutionary way. This is absolute. And this is relative, that stick to your own clan, don't leave them. That is the national conception. There is nation consciousness and God consciousness, society consciousness and God consciousness. God consciousness is absolute. If society consciousness hinders the development of God consciousness, it should be left behind. And this is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto. Gurur na sa syat sva jano na sa syat, pita na sa syaj janani na sa syat. Daivang na tat, syan na patis cha sa syan na mochayed jaha samupeta mrityum. Quote, even a spiritual master, relative, parent, husband, or demigod who cannot save us from repeated birth and death should be abandoned at once. That's Guru Maharaj. Then Guru Maharaj is saying, what to speak of ordinary things, even the Guru may have to be abandoned. One may even have to give up one's own spiritual guide, as in the case of Bali Maharaj, or one's relatives, as in the case of Vibhishan. In the case of Prahlad, his father had to be given up. And in the case of Bharat Maharaj, it was his mother. In the case of Katvanga Maharaj, he left the demigods. And in the case of the Yagyapatnis, the wives of the Brahmanas, they left their husbands in the endeavor to reach the Supreme Personality. We need society only to help us. If our affinity to the society keeps us down, then that should be given up, and we must march on. There is the absolute consideration and the relative consideration. When they come into clash, the relative must be given up and the absolute should be accepted. If my inner voice, my spiritual conscience, decides that this sort of company cannot really help me, then I will be under painful necessity to give them up and to run towards the destination, wherever my spiritual conscience, wherever my spiritual conscience guides me. Any other course will be hypocrisy, and it will check my real progress. If we are sincere in our attempt, then no one in the world can check us or deceive us. We can only deceive ourselves. Nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgating tata gachchati. Guru Maharaj saying, we must be true to our own selves and true to the Supreme Lord. We must be sincere. End of our morning reading. Guru Maharaj, clear, honest, well-wishing, truly guiding. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Guru and His Grace Ki Jai. And a few moments to chant Hari Harai Nama Krishna, and then it will be 8 o'clock. It's now 7:58. Jai. You have a question. It all depends on how long is the question and how long is the expected answer.
Material duties, then you can
start.
But how? Yeah. So how is? It's not like we should do them together or offer the fruits, right?
You meditate on it.
Okay.
The ideal is being given by Guru Maharaj. The ideal is being given by Mahaprabhu. The ideal is being given by Krishna, Das Kaviraj Goswami. But we must proceed from where we are, and also elsewhere we'll find Guru Maharaj saying we must not artificially give up things. We must do everything in a very solid way. But yes, pure devotional service will begin when we've eliminated our other anarthas, the anarthas, and hence we can go again to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Shikshastakam prayers. We can go to the Rupa Goswami's Upadeshamrita. We must try to leave all of our mundane things in the pure pursuit of dedication. But we have to adjust to that, where our inner voice consciousness with sincerity will see what is real renunciation and what is false renunciation. What is the motivation of what we are doing? We must have some self-analysis, and that will be helped very much by the association of the devotees and our daily sadhana, which is what we're doing now. It's not unhappy, it's happy. And then we will try to get clearer and clearer understanding of our heart and continue and proceed. As Guru Maharaj pointed out, there's different guidances Krishna is giving according to the circumstance of persons. So no, we're always told, no selfish desire. Every desire must be for Krishna. It's the truth, not in a partial way giving some carrot. Do this, you'll get that. Do this, you'll get that. Okay. Hari Harai Nama Krishna, Yadavai Namaha. And now, as you asked the question, today, your reaction today is, please sing Hari Harai Nama Krishna.
It's a good reaction. Sorry. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Gopala Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudara.
Gopala Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudara.
Sri Hari Gopinatha Marana Mohana.
Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Rupa Sanatan Bhattaraguna Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasaraguna Hey Jai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan Jaha Hoite Bignana Shabista Puran Hey Jai Gosai Dar Muitararan Tasavara Padarenu Mora Panchagras Tandira Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanebas Janame Janame Mora E Abhilas Hey Chai Gosai Jabi Braje Kolabas Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Karila Prakash Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan Shri Guru Vaishnava Pare Majayaman Shri Guru Vaishnava Pare Padma Kariyasam Hari Nam Sankirtana Kohe Narottamada Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol.
Jai. Guranga Sundara the Giridari Juki.
Jai.
Jai Shila Bhakti Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Shila Bhakti Rakshila Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Shila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai. Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani ki Jai. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai, Shri Madhusudan Maharaj ki Jai, Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Gaura Premanande.